Scott, so thanks for joining us after the panel. Really appreciate you being here. So obviously Supreme Cannabis has a lot of reasons to be here. What is making you guys really want to come and talk about your progress in the market?
Sure, we're really excited about the development that we've done here in Canada with the 4 strains that we brought to market. We've grown as a company over the last 5 years from a very small organization in Kincardine with a small office in Toronto to today, TSX listed, 650 employees, about a $650 million market cap, and internationally recognized for the quality of our cannabis flower here in Canada. So we're really excited to scale that up into the new products that are coming online in 2019 and 2020.
That's great. And then talking about that quality of the products, what obviously the emphasis of quality is important, but how do you place the emphasis on what did you put in place that really set your company apart as one of the higher standard products out there?
Great question. I think the focus has always been spend the money on people and on the facility. Good people make good products. We put together a phenomenal team of people that have worked in the informal market for many, many years and really understand what it is consumers are looking for in plants. And working with those teams, we've been able to develop and drive quality. And the quality for us is a hands on the plant. A lot of our peers are approaching it with automation and heavy use of robots, and they have a place in formulating and in the lab, but around the plant, everything that we do is really handcrafted, and how we handle the flower and the bud and the trimming and the packaging, and that's evidenced in the quality of the product and in the taste, the retention of terpenes, and that's how we've approached it.
And it's interesting you mentioned things like it, because some people say that if you're touching the plant, you're almost becoming that craft, that niche sort of market, whereas the automation is bigger, and it seems that you guys are able to prove that to be inaccurate. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah, I mean, we don't strive to be the lowest cost producer. Our average cost is around $215, which is published, and that's a higher cost of production than others, but it comes through when you open that tub and you see it. It's not just that you're touching the plant, it's that you've got a passionate team that's observing the plant through its growth cycle, that understand what's required of the plant, how to treat it, how to package it, how to trim it. And these are people that are cannabis enthusiasts. They know what a consumer wants to see.
And then when you're talking about the evolution, about the panel, you're on the panel talking about the evolution, speaking also about the company, how has the company evolved over its quality standards and, like you said, just as an operation, and then to a larger scale, how have you seen the shape of the landscape change in Canada overall?
Great question. I think our evolution has been a rapid one. We've seen the largest amount of business growth over the last 18 months, like everybody else. But I think the evolution of the company, we've remained core to our philosophy on focusing on people and on passion around the plant. And as the market expands, we're really excited about the concentrates market that I talked about on the panel. So we're working with our friends at MetaPharm Labs in Barrie, Ontario. We're going to be launching our KKE oil with Khalifa Kush Enterprises, and that'll be a tincture that's in drinkable format, which we're really excited about the flavor and the effect of that. And then we'll look to broaden our market in concentrates through vape pens, rosins and shatters and so forth, which are the best way to express the really high quality of a flower.
Gotcha. So it looks like you have a lot of big plans coming ahead in the next couple of months, into the years or so. Where do you see the Canadian market going along with you guys?
I see the Canadian market becoming more educated to the different formats. Right now, we spend a lot of time working with bud tenders, working with our distributors, and communicating to our consumer. We really sell to a legal age cannabis enthusiast, which is from 20 to 30 years old, and they're going to spend a considerable amount of money on cannabis. They're very enthusiastic about it, and I think that market's going to continue to expand. As I said on stage, I think the low-end, high-volume, funded capacity cannabis tastes like funded capacity cannabis, and I think it has a destination in edibles and in drinks and in consumer cosmetics. But I think for us, the premium category will be strong, and I think we're going to see Canada lead the charge in what does quality cannabis mean. A lot of craft producers are coming online, and as a consumer, I want to see more licensed producers striving to grow a better quality plant, not just more of a plant.
Right. So actually putting an emphasis in the quality, like you were saying, and maintaining that even as the market grows.
Yeah, I'd love to see a rich field of competition around premium. We want to strive to always be number one, but again, as a consumer, it would behoove the market for others to strive as hard as we are to look for differentiation through quality and not just marketing.
Absolutely. And then to get you out on here, the last question, where do you see that sort of market competition in Canada stacking up as other countries get involved in the marketplace? Do you see Canada holding its position, or will that competition come from outside countries?
I think the Canadian market will probably remain very strong, and I think there's a lot of defensibility around Canada. You're not really going to be able to bring in recreational cannabis to the formal market for distribution. The medical market's going to go through a lot of evolution, but I think globally, Canada certainly has a first place advantage right now as a leader. We're going to strive to expand our business into Europe. We've got an amazing asset that we invested in last year in Africa that grows responsible CBD flowers that's being expressed now into oil, and we're going to be seeking markets for that throughout Europe with various brands. And I think that's where we're going.
Awesome. Well, a lot of exciting developments coming your way then. Well, Scott, thanks so much for speaking at the panel today and taking time to speak with me.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.